I'm always intrigued of thinking of this, like the world on the other end is going to be just such an interesting place, because like what is going to like what's going to stay, like that's already kind of in place now, like, you know, things that we've established to be like normal commonplace type things, like what things are going to stay, which things are going to go, what has staying power and longevity and what doesn't. Do you think that you're going to always incorporate some sort of a virtual aspect of yoga whenever like it can just be in person, or do you think that that's just going to be something that you'd rather not deal with?
That's a great question. And I'm thinking about it, because one of the things, I think this was in our pre-show talk, but one of the great things has been getting to see people, in different cities and having it virtually. I know people are craving that in-person practice and class. So I mean, to answer right now, I think I'd like a mixture of both. I think there's something to be said about people that realize now, hey, I like that I can pop in this room for a second, turn on my computer, but do something that's a little more personal because I know Sarah and I know her class. So it's not just like a recording or something of someone they don't know, but there is something to being in person with people and getting to see them. And like I teach three siblings yoga every other Saturday. We do a socially distanced yoga. And, there's a lot coming out right now with kids dealing with school on Zoom and missing their friends and missing that community. And I'm hearing it from them. I'm seeing them and they're like, hating it. They're hating certain parts where they're like, man, I don't get to see my friends, or the internet cuts out, so I'm missing lessons. So I do hear it on the other end that, at least seeing me is one thing they get to be in person with again. And we catch up and, there is a different vibe. There'd be a different vibe if you and I were in the same room right now. So that was a long-winded answer too. I think both. I'd like to find a nice balance between being able to offer for people that have found comfort in this and also being back in person and being safe.
I love a good long-winded answer. Like there's nothing better to me than like a nice thoughtful answer about something. There's something like I'm sure everybody has had this conversation where it's just pulling teeth. Like you ask a question, you think like it's like, all right, this has something that they could like give me a nice meaty answer, and they're like, no, or like, it's like give like the one sentence answer, and you're like,
I don't think I've ever been that person. No. Yes.
yeah, like anything else,
Yeah.
like you got care to have.
Cool.
Do you have any depth to you? Like what's going on here? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
a nice thoughtful answer is always something I'm way more interested in. And I probably talk like this is just kind of like the way I am in general. And it might drive people crazy that like they probably want a shorter answer every now and then. And I'm like, let me take you on a journey real quick, and then I'll give you your answer.
I also wrote a song about it. Let
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.